In this video, we're answering the most commonly asked questions on Lyro usage, quotas, and cost control. We're breaking down the smart setup strategies that you need to scale your customer service intelligently. Whether you want to avoid hitting your limits or just keep your budget under control, this video is for you. First, how is Lyro pricing calculated? The first thing to know is that Lyro is tracked using a conversation quota. A Lyro conversation is counted when Lyro replies for the first time in a new conversation thread or ticket thread. After that, Lyro can send multiple messages in the same thread without consuming extra quota. Next, how do I predict pricing and estimate how many Lyro conversations I'll need? Here's the practical way to forecast it without guessing. Step 1, look at your real chat volume in Tidio, then estimate what percentage Lyro will handle. The monthly quota is new inbound chats that Lyro is allowed to answer. Then add a few realistic levers. If Lyro is enabled for new chats, quota usage will track close to your inbound new chat count. If Flows handles the common stuff first, Lyro usage drops because fewer people reach to the point where Lyro needs to respond. If you restrict Lyro to specific channels or hours, usage becomes more predictable. The next question is, what plans and limits exist for Lyro? Lyro packages typically range from 50 to 1,000 conversations per month, and higher limits are available on custom plans. Your first 50 Lyro AI conversations are free, so you can test before scaling. Another big one we get is about cost optimization. How do I enable Lyro after flows to optimize cost? If you want to control costs, then this is your goal. Let flows handle the predictable stuff first, and let Lyro handle the open-ended stuff after. Here's how to make that happen in a clean way. Use flows proactively with things like greetings, FAQ buttons, and cart recovery prompts. Flows can start based on your triggers and conditions, so you can guide customers before they even type. Next, know what changes when Lyro is enabled. When you activate Lyro, any visitor says flows get disabled by default, so they don't interfere. You can re-enable them manually if you want them active alongside Lyro. Then use priority to your advantage. If you re-enable a visitor says flow and it shares keywords with a Lyro task, the flow triggers first. In general, the Lyro AI agent is designed to take over only when no task and no flow is available to handle the message. Finally, prevent accidental Lyro usage during a flow. Visitors can interrupt the flow by typing unless you use the flow action that disables text input. If your goal is cost control, disabling text input during key steps can keep the experience structured and reduce unnecessary Lyro takeovers. The next question we get is, how do I stop Lyro from handling certain support channels to control usage? If you want stricter control, head over to Lyro's configuration and disable Lyro on specific channels. So those channels use Flow or your agents instead. Another question we get often is, how do I track quota so I don't get surprised? Make it a habit to check your usage and plan. That's where you'll see current limits and how much you've used. Once you understand what counts as a Lyro conversation and forecast based on your actual inbound threads, you can use flows strategically to ensure Lyro steps in only when it adds the most value. By leaning into these smart setup strategies, you've built a support system that scales with your growth and not your overhead. Now you're ready to handle more volume with total confidence and zero budget surprises. Don't forget to check out the other videos in this playlist on more in-depth tutorials on Lyro, and drop us a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.